Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tunisia. It's the quarterfinals, and it's the third quarterfinal of the day between Algeria and Senegal. Well, what a day it's been already. We saw just now Angola knock Egypt out of contention for a spot on the podium, out of Olympic contention, and we've earlier today seen Nigeria roll to a big win over Gabon. Now it's Senegal and Algeria, and I'm wondering if we're going to have any surprises. Senegal are supposed to be one of the teams to beat. Algeria, you know, they've improved from 2 years ago. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Lloyd Gardner, and really Senegal have all the tools, but maybe are they convinced they can win this thing?
I mean, as we said in the last game, what we've learned in AfroBasket is form means nothing. Senegal have come into this one and beaten. They've got the famous victory over Angola. You know, Algeria have come in, they've played well, but they've struggled at times. You know, they had that great victory last night over Cameroon. They will be right in the back of that. So, you know, it's not a foregone conclusion, that's for sure. Senegal will come in as favourites. They've got arguably the best player in the tournament in Gorgui Dieng. He is leading the tournament in scoring and rebounding at the moment, averaging 25 points and 14.8 rebounds a game. So the question will be, how will Algeria stop him? And can Algeria play with the inspiration that we saw from them last night?
Well, there are a lot of people that would say that Gorgui Dieng is the MVP of this tournament right now for unbeaten Senegal. Can he carry that form into the knockout stages? It's his first AfroBasket. But for Algeria, here's a team that has, you know, they've made this stuff up from 2 years ago, and they've got some exciting players. None more so than Harat. And Mohamed Harat is going to have to come out and play his best game of the tournament today if they're going to have a chance against Senegal. Filale Salahuddin has watched his Algerians go out there, the coach. Now it's the turn of Senegal. We've seen Dalmeida there. He's been their point guard for the most part in this entire tournament. Ibrahima Thomas, Mohamed Diop, Antoine Mendy. Boy, he's been terrific, hasn't he? He was the one that hit the buzzer-beating tap-in shot to beat Angola. Mele Njoy, the veteran, 35 years old now. He's the elder statesman. And the list goes on. So you get to Gorgui Dieng and Pape Badji. So it's a talented, it's a big Senegalese team, and it's a team that got that taste of success last year at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, advancing to the round of 16. They want to have some success here at the AfroBasket. Right now we're going to have the playing of the national anthems for both countries. national anthem of Senegal, and Cheikh Sarr, the Senegal coach, and his players, albeit minus Mohamed Faye, one of their key players coming in, who was sent home by Senegal. There was some type of dispute that they didn't want to get into the details, but they have been able to continue to win, but they could end up missing Faye as this tournament goes along. So both teams exchange greetings mid-court. The referees today, we've got a couple from Mozambique, Abreu Muhimua and Naftal Chongo, as well as one from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Tonton Banza Kalume. Get a look at the rosters for both of these teams, starting with Algeria. And look at number 5, Abdeslam Dekish, the number 5. He didn't play as many minutes as we were accustomed to last night. Wouldn't be surprised if he got more minutes tonight. Number 9, Mohamed Harat. We saw a huge game from Gaham, number 13. Cherrier as well. Mehdi Cherrier played well for Algeria. They beat Cameroon in their round of 16 game here yesterday. So Gaham remains in the starting lineup along with Mekdad, Benzegala, Gazul, and Cherrier. Now Mekdad was really the source of a little bit of controversy as the game went on, really getting into it with the Cameroonian players. But sometimes that can be a compliment, getting under the skin of the opponents. Certainly he was getting under the skin of the Cameroonians. For Senegal, led by coach Cheikh Sarr, we've talked about Gorgui Dieng, number 14. Mendy has been terrific, number 8. Ibrahima Thomas, you know, look out for him. Maybe he's going to emerge as a key player as this tournament wears on. We are in the second phase of the tournament, basically. You've got the preliminary round, the group phase, and then you've got the knockout phase. Starting 5, Malayan Troy, Dalmeida, Mendy, Moj, and Gorgui Dieng. It's a different type because all 16 teams advance at the AfroBasket. Then when you get to the knockout phase, everything changes. We've had the first round of the knockout phase, the round of 16. Now we've got the quarterfinals. And we saw Egypt, who were unbeaten, losing right before this game. Mohamed Harat and Gorgui Dieng are the key players we wanted to highlight, Boyd.
Yeah, well, these two guys may well go against each other. Mohamed Harat, perhaps undersized on the inside, but hugely efficient. He leads the tournament in field goal percentage. He does not miss opportunities when he catches it in the paint. The size of Dieng, if he guards him, may bother him somewhat. He started to come off the bench, Harat. I wonder whether he's 100% fit. And for Senegal, as we sort of mentioned, Gorgui Dieng, is there been a better player, or has there been a better player in this AfroBasket up until this point? He leads it in rebounding and points scored. He is kind of a bit of do-it-everything for Senegal. He's put up some incredible numbers for Coach Cheikh Sarr. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what strategy Algeria come up with. They were asked in the press conference, weren't they, last night, how do you feel you're going to stop Gorgui Dieng? And the response, we're going to guard him with 5 players. So, you know, the problem is Mendy and Enjoy have played well and shot the ball from the perimeter. That has meant that double teaming Dieng is a problem.
So Cheikh Sarr has some words for his team before they run out onto the floor.
20 points. Right now, all right. 12 points, huh?
So we're in Rades, the Olympic complex, just outside of Tunis, here in Tunisia, North Africa. And Algeria is a neighboring country, and a lot of their fans have been able to travel to this area for the event. The North African teams have had some good moments here. Obviously, Tunisia is the host nation. Algeria, Morocco, they didn't win a game, but boy, did they put on a show. And Egypt, of course, they were unbeaten before losing in the game before against Angola. Welcome to Tunisia, folks. It's AfroBasket 2015. It's quarterfinals day, day number 9, and it's Algeria and Senegal. And we're going to jump it up again. Senegal in the white, Algeria in the green. And Almeida hits the rebound. Boy, these teams played each other, didn't they? 2 years ago. Yeah,
they played in 2013. It was group stages at that time. Group A, Senegal it was that came out on top. Great defense there.
Wow. Mendy was backing him up and he just moved.
Yeah, and Mekdad just pulled the chair from under him. You know, just moved out of the way. As Mendy thought there would be contact, there was none. So it's saying Senegal got the victory 62-57. It was a close game. But remember, that was a Senegalese team without Gorgui Dieng in it. On that occasion, Algeria dominated the glass. 44-31.
So Mekdad misses for Algeria. Dalmeida, who logs most of the minutes at point guard for Senegal. Dieng gets it over to Mendy. Steps back behind the arc. That's good. That's what he's been doing this entire tournament. Antoine Mendy.
He's been a bit of an X factor, hasn't he? If he hadn't been hitting, you know, double teams and the way that teams guard Gorgui Dieng would have to change.
Gaham.
It's a different start in front court.
Cherrier, excuse me.
Yeah, it's a different start in front court with Muj and Dieng than 2013. But Cherrier and Harat both had big games, 14 points apiece in that last AfroBasket. I don't think I've ever seen a player happier in a press conference. When I saw Mehdi Cherrier last night, he was, you know, ecstatic.
Delightful.
Yeah, with the win. Charming personality he is.
I'm pretty sure there's not a nicer player here than Cherrier. Now Dalmeida from long range. Gazul comes down with the rebound. Is it in Algeria's interest to try to speed this game up? Here's Cherrier. Gets open again, and this time drills it.
Well, he takes two types of shots, and he's very good at them. He takes the jumper, or he takes a little push hook. So they're the two you'll see him shoot. I think with this lineup on the floor, they'll play slow. When Harat comes into the game, that's when they'll go a bit quicker. But in the half court, they can go to Cherrier, and they know they'll get solid production.
Oh! And the dunk from Moj. The long one. No good, but Gaham with the rebound. So Mood had that huge dunk for Senegal. And Algeria go back. And now it's Mendy's turn. And Mendy gets to the lane, puts it up left-handed, and it's good. Back out to Mekdad. Puts up a three. Percentage coming in 27% from three-point range. So if they can get Muja in there, if they can get Muja in there active as he started with that dunk.
Well, he's their best interior scorer, isn't he? They look like they're going to go to him, and what that means is if defense has to stay honest on him, you know, who's going to guard Dieng? They can't come and help.
Another shot from Mendy, this one.
We've seen Dieng will be, you know, very conservative early on, kind of similar to the way Diabate plays for Côte d'Ivoire.
Three-pointer from the point guard, Munir Zagala, off target. Here's Malay Enjoy. Muja dribbles around, gets it back to Jang, and very softly puts it up, just not enough. And Mehdi Cherrier. Oh, that's a beautiful runner, couldn't make it. And hustle out of bounds, goes off of Mendy. Shooting that well, is he?
No, and that's a play that, you know, he's got to do better because he's got a good clean look.
Inside it goes to Moja, and he misses. And it's Dalmeida gets the rebound instead of Benzagala.
Play from Dalmeida.
And Moja kind of loses his footing. No, a foul. No, he was waiting for the other referee to make the call. Yeah, he just decided to go ahead and call it.
I think it was a travel. Defenders were standing still. Moja just tries to split a gap that's not there.
Yeah, you're right. So the Senegalese drum section has shown up tonight. Gazul turns to his right. But they're missing some shots. They're getting the ball in good positions, good scoring positions. Now Jang.
Do come and double off Dalmeida. He's the one to probably leave open.
He dumps it to Muja, but foul.
It's Gazul.
So, second foul on Algeria. The fouls have been called on Senegal. We're nearly 5 minutes here into the game. Jang from the corner, and Mendy keeps it alive. Taking a while for Jang to get going.
But we've seen slow starts from him before. Just kind of waits and lets others get involved, lets them get off, and then as that game opens up, you're always going to give that consistent rebounding and defense.
Benzagala for three.
How good was he yesterday? He had a bit of everything. He only scored 7 points, but he had 8 assists and 6 rebounds as well.
Jang. And foul has been called on Algeria.
Second on Gazul. Yeah, he's the one guy, he's got the athleticism to guard Jang. I don't know when, looks like Harat's going to come in early. When he comes in and it's Harat and Cherrier, that's a difficult matchup for either of them. Interesting to see if they guard him one-on-one, if they go to the zone. Because they did use 40 minutes of zone last night, didn't they, against Cameroon. Cameroon shot an awful lot of three-point shots, but didn't hit many. Senegal have seen zone as well for long stretches in this tournament. Mendy's kind of the zone buster they have.
So Harat comes into the game and Gazul comes out.
Well, they add a lot on offense with Gazul going out and Harat coming in, but they also lose a fair bit on defense. So it'll be interesting to see. And this is where I said, you know, the game opening up here. Now Harat comes in, might favor Algeria.
Harat fumbles his first attempt at to catch a pass. He's had some back problems, it appears, and Dalmeida goes right down the lane.
I mean, you can't let Dalmeida score like that. He's the guy to give the jump shot up to, see if he can beat you, but, you know, if he's going to get into the paint and lay it up, the defense is not really executing.
Gahan. Megdad attempts another three. And you can see his coach telling him to make the pass. Mendy. Well, Algeria, fortunate that the hot shooter from Senegal's not on target.
Last night they just gave up the three, didn't they? Almost said you're not going to make enough to beat us. I don't know whether they'll try it. Similar tactic against Senegal.
Left open.
Just outside his range, that one.
Almeida now. Over to Mindy again. Foul from Algeria. Trying to get the rebound. Cherrier put his hand. Look at that. Senegal have missed their last 7 3-pointers in the game. They're just 1 of 8.
And things like shooting are very mental skill as well. You know, you think about the technique, but when you miss a couple, it's the mental battle you have with yourself, really. You know, to show yourself that you could convince yourself you can still make the next one.
Now Jang in the low block. Kind of lost it as he went up. Looked like it slipped out of his hands. He looks at his hands. Senegal. Cherrier. Tried to do too much. Now 3-on-1, rare fast break for Senegal. And foul called on Gaham. Well, Coach Filali has seen enough. He wants to talk about it. So timeout on the floor with 2:19 remaining in the first quarter. Things have slowed down just a little bit. Look at that. It's an almighty struggle shooting 3-pointers tonight.
It's an amazing thing what this Algerian defense does to you. It just picks up the 3-point shot and it says, you know, go ahead, take it whenever you want it. And you'd think, oh, teams will just, you know, happily sit there, fire home threes because they're open. But actually, it's a very different feeling. Is that the right word? To shoot threes when no one's running at you. Teams are almost daring you to beat them. It's slightly different than having the defender run at you. You lose the rhythm of the catch and shoot nature of the shot and everything. So, you know, we saw it last night in Cameroon's struggles. They were an incredible 11 of 47 from beyond the 3-point line in that overtime game. Senegal haven't started off that much better, 1 of 8 here. Senegal now have the 6-point lead.
Free throw is good. Gaham, see how Algeria fare coming out of the timeout. And an immediate turnover is out of bounds. Zagala now quickly. Almeida goes down the lane, hands it off to Mbunja, and he couldn't quite get it. In fact, it was Badji come in, and Harad gets up and can't make it. So he has 2 free throws coming.
2 misses for Harad. It's very unlikely, very unusual. He's fouled on this one, so he'll go to the line. So right down the middle. Great pass.
First one is good from Hara. He just kind of needs to get into the flow. Get into his rhythm, but don't forget these guys played a tough game last night, the last game against Cameroon. I think they might be a little fatigued.
I would think so. I mean, emotionally as much as anything.
Because it was a hard game. Malay Enjoy falls down. 5 on the shot clock. Mindy looks up. He's going to have to launch one. He gets in the lane. Bounce. Passes inside. And Baji. Another dunk for Senegal. Senegal gets it inside. And offense still not functioning.
Sherry was just bothered by the length of Jen getting out to him, wasn't he? Jen got fired up.
So Dalmeida brings it up for Senegal. Just kind of gradually pulling in front, but foul called. Malay Enjoy.
Enjoy just kind of used his arms. There wasn't a lot there. So we were talking yesterday in their game, Senegal. They don't really like to go into their bench too much. Victory over Uganda. There's all sort of 7 guys. Leighton Diop came in and got a bit of confidence. We were surprised he didn't come earlier for this very situation. You know, when Mendy gets in foul trouble and has to go out, you want someone who's firing coming in.
Well, Benzigala lost it. They got it back, and Gaham nailed a 3. Well, that worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they'll be able to run that play very often. It's slipping out their hands, but good switch in.
The dunk down to Jang.
Got a mismatch on the inside,
and
though.
Gaham called for a foul.
Gaham went to double. He's got to get there with the body rather than his hands. This is 3.
Gaham was kind of we'd seen him play, but last night he was really good, and we wondered why hasn't he played more. He played big minutes last night against Cameroon.
Yeah, 37 minutes, you're right. 37 and a half minutes. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He was one of the main reasons, wasn't he? 23 points of Harat helped, but outside of that, Gaham, second leading scorer.
They were letting Haji really push Sherry under the basket there. Last 4 seconds, 3. McDad puts it up and still can't get one to fall. So Senegal lead at 17-12 at the end of the first quarter. A little bit slower than the game that we just watched, but a lot of drama sure to come.
It's kind of the way Senegal play, isn't it? You know, it's slow. They're so big that they don't really want to run unless they get that ideal opportunity. Right into the low post, they'll bang, and then defensively they just kind of contain. Don't ever see them extend up the floor. For Algeria, you know, you asked about the tempo of the game, and maybe you're right. Maybe they do need to just try and open it up, see if they can force Senegal to run. Senegal are good when they run. They just don't do it, or they pick their opportunities. So see if you can make it an open game if you're Algeria. And that might help the half-court offense.
Algeria, Mekdad, 0 for 5. One of those for Gaham, the other one Zagala.
Au niveau du rebond défensif, attention, bloc, les pivots switchés entre vous.
Getting the
Allez,
opportunities.
pour changer.
It is interesting how against Senegal, the teams just kind of they will turn it up a notch. Probably they start to turn it up a notch what, midway through the third quarter?
Basically when Gorgie Dieng starts deciding to take over.
Exactly.
You know, it's almost like he says to his team, right, let's see if we can beat them playing team basketball. Shares it around, and then it gets to the point where he says, I need to take over now, and we'll see him explode. And every time we get it, be aggressive, more and more, you know, his rebounding will start to influence the game. It hasn't happened yet. 0 of 3, Gorgie Dieng. There's a 4 rebounds though. 4 from the line.
Now Hara gets the contact and the N1 coming, so Diop called for the foul.
And that is Mohamed Haddad and his game right there. See the contact, he loves contact, steps through, and gets the finish. Every time he picks it up, you cannot straighten, you cannot come upright because he will step through. And now he can finish.
Lloyd, I know you're not a fan of his defense, but a huge fan of his offense. Is his offense so good that Algeria can still win with his defense?
Yes. I think you can hide him on the defensive end, and I think he picks his times to play defense as well. You know, when it's really coming down the stretch, if he's 100% fit, he'll play D.
Well, that's Diop's answer right there. Back to a 4-point lead. Now McDad gets it to Howrott, who again puts it up. Again, wants to get some contact, he does, but...
In that time, McDad said he hadn't scored, but a beautiful drive and find from him.
Howrott is just an out-and-out scorer. He's already got 7 points. Diop.
Good D from Algeria. Got a bounce from here.
Now Diop again, and the rebound.
Here we go, Harrett down the floor quick. Decide not to go to him against Badji. He has it. The smaller Diop. Double team, it surprises me.
Algeria saw Jang come out. They're putting some shots up there that are rolling around and staying out. Now Takish, by the way, has come in for Algeria. On the shot clock, they reset that. And Mekdad bailed himself out with a heady play.
He got lucky, hit Mendy and then hit him, but it must have bounced just before. Reach Mekdad.
Algeria, a quick 3, and Jang gets in there, saves it. Gets it to Diop, and he hands it off to Dalmeida. Gazul's going to come back in. Well, Jang, shooting not quite as good tonight.
He isn't a great shooter on the NBA season. Some of that's because he doesn't take a lot of shots.
But in the first, 3 games here, he was lights out.
Yes, he was. Really seemed to thrive in that increased role.
Sigala probes. Gazul's left open. And that was almost a good rebound for Hara. Ball was knocked away. Dalmeida hits the trailer, and Jang gets into the lane and draws the foul.
Dalmeida again in a positive play. Drew the attention, didn't try to force it, stayed under control. Hit the right man, really. Gazul just picked up his 3rd foul.
So Tuati is going to come in for him. Gazul just a foul magnet tonight. Steps onto the court. That's a foul.
The Nacho Award.
Nacho played for Morocco and great player, but picked up fouls quickly. Now Gazul comes out. like the encouragement from the coach. He's really happy that they've won that game against Cameroon. You can see it. He basically said last night we've met our first aim. That was our first big goal was to get to this game.
Well, it was the first qualification in 2013 for Algeria in 5 AfroBaskets.
Incredible now. Coming the other way is Badji for the dunk.
So last year, they were just happy to be here. This year, they've taken that next stage of getting through the knockout game. So that's why they're so happy. You can see it's a long-term project. It's going in the right direction for them.
Zigala, Tahada. Pressure building here on Algeria. Foul called on Badji. Teammates back on the bench where Ibrahima Thomas was like, why didn't you do something fancy? He had plenty of time. You know those big centers can't do anything fancy.
Kesh is limping. He's tightened his laces.
Not out from the line. Boy, it's like they're just moving very slowly out there. And you do wonder, really, last night's game must have really taken its toll on this Algerian team. They look tired. Look at the piece. He didn't even play as much as he usually does last night. Searching for some energy. He's going to bring in Kamel Amour. Jing, Diop, back to Chang. Mendy. Algeria fortunate, really. Senegal seems to be suffering from some of the same symptoms.
Just don't put teams away, do they, Senegal?
And Touati draws the foul on Chang.
Against Uganda, we said they'll always kind of give you a chance with the way they play because they don't score a lot of points. We said they don't score. They're averaging 79 a game, which seems incredible when I say they don't score a lot of points, but they kind of, it's such a slow tempo from them a lot of the time.
Amour gets it to Touati, and the big fella shoots over Badji. He tells Badji, you can go ahead and dunk. I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Jing just draws so much attention, doesn't he? How many times has Jing been fouled tonight? Six times.
7 now.
7. And the next number is out of 3 times. Finally, another 3 falls for Antoine Mendy. So he's now 2 of 6. Touati gets inside and draws the foul on Badji. Well, I didn't think that Touati would be a battering ram, but they're trying to get something going, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, the 3 fouls on has really changed the rotation. But Touati, he played a lot in AfroBasket 2013. Keep referring back to the last edition of this tournament. Yeah, averaged 9.8 points a game. His worst game in the tournament, though, was against Senegal, where he played just 16 minutes.
He's 28 years old. He should be coming into his own. Is that when the centers really start to pick it up? And Harrod gets the offensive rebound and put back. Mendy. Mendy dribbles around. Jing out to the corner. Diop, that's a tough shot for Diop. And Badji, the height, is able to just reach over and get it away from Harat. And Harat gets decent position and draws the foul. And now Badji, with that foul, he's got 3. He's got to come out.
Yeah, but I don't think Senegal will be overly concerned with that. We know the depth of their front line. They've got Sene, they've got Ibrahim Thomas still to come back in, or they could replace them with Mujah, who started the game, don't forget.
Well, he had that opportunity for the reverse slam. He's going to have to sit down for a while. Haddad, another one! And you can see he's really getting into it. He is psyched up to play. I think in some cases it's better not to. You know, this type of pace might be to Algeria's advantage. Don't try to get him too excited. Senegal kind of sleeping. Dalmeida, that's good. Zane Dalmeida.
Said you've got to give him the three-point shot, perhaps. You know, it's the lowest percentage shot for Senegal. So if he's knocking it down, it's a problem.
Benzigala answers with a 3.
Put a bit of life into this crowd. They want to see some more scoring. It's a very North African crowd in preparation for the Tunisian game. I think they'd love to see Algeria win this one.
Dalmeida answers with an air ball. Just wanted to trick you.
Yeah, you got me. I was like, I thought he went short. But that shows the consistency of why, Dalmeida, arguably you do give up that shot to him. Not that he can't make it, it's just he might not make it at the same percentage, say Jeng's going to make around the ring or Mendy's going to make for 3. It's a foul on Harat.
Yep. Jeng affects the game in so many ways.
I've seen that same foul called unsportsmanlike a lot in this tournament so far.
Yeah, that is unsportsmanlike. There's no question about it.
Yeah. So Harat complaining to Tuati. He wanted a better quality of pass.
Wow. So they get nothing out of that. They'll be in the bonus next. 11 to go here in the second quarter. Team starting to wake up. They've been kind of sleepwalking through the first half here. Jeng gets inside, puts it up, and Sene gets it back. Then Jeng, he's not going to miss twice, is he? Yes, he does. Nikish, where's he going with it?
Yeah, we got numbers.
Almeida, 3-on-1, over it goes, and the layup. Mendy just lays it up and in.
They don't run a lot, but when they do, they score a lot of points from it, don't they? They don't miss that opportunity very often. Chris perhaps should have taken the 3 rather than the drive on the previous Algeria possession.
Benzigala, another 3, and the follow from Harat. He was right there. Didn't put enough muscle into it. He was only a few inches away. Dalmeida gets inside, back outside it goes to Jeng, wide open, Enjoy. And Malay Enjoy's come in and joins the three-point shooting brigade. Now it's a 6-point lead.
What's happening to this Algerian offense? Look, last possession, Benzigala had nothing on. That's why he shot the 3, and even now, look, doesn't have anyone to pass to.
Tuati takes a tough shot over Sene.
I was just about to say, money to kill the second time out. They've done exactly that, Algeria.
Made it right at the line! And this has gotten away from Algeria here in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah. Offensively, and Senegal turned up the heat a little on the ball, and they just don't have any passes. Almost feel sorry for Benzigala standing there, pounding the air out of the ball, and he's forced to go one-on-one.
It was 28 to 27 with 3:46 to go after a Benzigala three-pointer. And the baskets from Mendy. pointer from Enjoy.
La pénétration,
Another
touché.
basket from Talmeda.
Attention, il va surprier pour le pivot. À chaque fois, il vient en retard et il n'a pas de shoot.
Crowd starting to really fill up for that final game, aren't they?
Faut faire attention.
11,000 in here
Miam.
for Tunisia's victory.
Bon, oui, bon, oui.
Look at the key. It
Doucement,
looks like a
on va
split
revenir.
fourth,
On
doesn't
essaie
it?
de gagner au moins 2 ou 3 points. Hey, hey.
I think I would go back with Gaham.
Tiens,
We haven't seen Sarah Ali yet.
d'accord. C'est pas perdu encore.
They've still got options on the bench, haven't they? It says Zerali, Gaham. Gaham's got 2 fouls as well. That's perhaps the problem. We need some more that's going to come in. He was already on the floor, sorry, Takesh Days as well.
Kamel Lamore is already out there.
Yeah.
Takesh is just looking like a spent force. He's probably so tired from chasing those Cape Verdeans all over the place. Zagala puts up a 3. And this thing is in danger of getting away from Algeria here at the end of the first half. Doesn't want to go all the way tucked in. The rule is that it has to be tucked in. .8 seconds in the second quarter. That's good. So Senegal, having gone on that surprising run a couple years ago without Jane to get to the 3rd place. And that qualified them for the round of 16, excuse me, for the World Cup, and they got to the round of 16 with Jane playing for the first time. And here they are. Nobody has been able to beat them yet. And drive, and block shot, so Amor went to the basket. Sene blocked it, jammed it in between the rim and the backboard. I've seen that happen with jump shots, but I've never seen it happen like this.
It's blocked, isn't it?
Look at that.
Possession to Senegal. They called their second timeout then. And draw up a play. Good work from Coach Chekshar.
Regarde la balle, il reste 30 secondes, on attaque 24 secondes.
Just as a reminder,
Non, mais tu vas aller vite là,
Wave already had Nigeria won 88-64 over Gabon. Angola won 83-63.
À la fin, on peut jouer les autres,
Egypt's first loss
c'est au moins la faute. Au moins la faute. Si on la zone.
later tonight from Mali.
We expected some close games, didn't we, in these quarterfinals, but it hasn't been yet. Obviously, Nigeria dominated Gabon. Angola really put the sword to Egypt. Took the lead early and just cruised, really. And now in this one, Senegal as well, taking the lead in this first half. And look quite comfortable against Angola, against Algeria, sorry. Algeria having never led.
So the final 20 seconds here in the first half. Jean gets it over to Mindy. Put up an air ball. Sayasini got it. Put up an air ball as well. A hook shot air ball.
Harris down the floor, yeah.
And they've got time. And the foul was called, so free throws.
Gets down the floor early. You've got to try and give him a good touch. Get it to him, because when help isn't there, when there's space for him in a one-on-one type situation, I mean, I don't know if there's a better player in this tournament that can score the ball in a one-on-one matchup than Mohamed Haddad.
Yeah, he's pretty tough, all right. Averaging 20 points per game coming in. He has struggled. Oh, Tuati gets it back. Oh, missed opportunity for Algeria. They could have had it. But that's kind of how it went there at the end of the first half. So we go through the changing rooms, having lost some initiative there at the end of the first half, trailing 37-28. Look at Senegal free throws, 9 of 10. Really tough to say. Mendy with 10 points leads the way for Senegal, 12 for Haddad.
Well, it's the ability of Senegal to get to the line is kind of the difference. Gorgui Dieng has got 7 points and 8 rebounds, and you know, they're or thereabouts, aren't they, Algeria? They haven't played well, but Senegal have kind of still left that door open for them.
Now it's 37-28 Senegal, and we're at halftime.
Alors, ce soir, بعد الماتش الجاي il y aura une bonne musique et bien sûr كما جماعة بيشجعوا برشا كادوات. لازم نشوفوها مع الموسيقى يعملوا أنيماسيون حلوة. plein de cadeaux. Déjà, je me suis dit que je vais le payer. Vous voyez, je vais le payer. J'ai déjà un euro. Bem, mas agora temos muitas manitas no cadeau. T-shirt, basket, chuva. DJ, on change la musique, on change. On va changer de musique tout le temps. Allons, ça c'est quoi tout ça? Non. Et on va voir maintenant de l'autre côté les supporters de Sénégal. Allez.
Well, 37-28 is the score. Senegal unbeaten in this tournament, leading Algeria. Algeria coming off a very hard game last night against Cameroon. I would not want to make an excuse for them tonight, but I think there's no question that their legs are heavy. And Senegal probably have a little bit more, I don't know, what would you say, Lloyd? They just seem fresher, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the problem for Senegal is it's only a 9-point lead. And even though that Algeria have got those heavy legs, if they can stay within touching distance going into the fourth quarter, you know, as we've seen in this tournament, you never know what's going to happen. So Senegal haven't thrown their knockout punch yet. They need to really have a good spurt here at the start of the third quarter. I'd try and get a lot of touches for Dieng early on, see if they can open this lead up to around the 20-point mark, you know, to kind of to finish it as a contest. If you're Algeria, just stick close, stay within touching distance, give yourself a chance at the end of the game.
So Harat starts for Algeria and gets inside. And Enjoy misses at the other end now. Mekdad gets it to Tuati. And I thought he was going to try to bank it in, but he just missed it badly.
It wasn't balanced, was he? You know, that's the type of shot Cherrier knocks down for fun, but Cherrier just doesn't have the same influence on the defensive end against this huge Senegal lineup. And now Algeria, for perhaps the first time, with his own.
Three-pointer for Malay Enjoy, and Senegal now on top by 12.
He haven't seen his own. I'm trying to remember if we saw it at all in the first half, but they look like they're going to try to use it here.
Gahan brings a little bit extra energy, and good crashing of the boards there from Tuati. But Almeida
tried to save it high, which is the great place when you've got Sarsene and Dieng to be able to elevate and grab it in. Unfortunately for him, hit the stanchion, the equipment behind that ill-fated basket.
They're going to take that basket away after this is all over. That's where Stanley Okoye dunked it and shattered the backboard, and it's not been the same since. He even went out hard today, Okoye. Mindy's guarding Mekdad, and Mekdad called for carrying.
He hasn't got into it at all, has he, Mekdad? 15 minutes, 0 points. Has been a lot more influential than he does, but he has the 2 fouls.
Why is he not going with Zero Alley at all?
Well, he's got fouls as well. Oh, no, not Zero Alley. Sorry, Kazul's got the 3, hasn't he?
Almeida, another three-pointer for Senegal, and they've opened up a 15-point advantage.
I mean, that's the difference. Yesterday, Algeria sat in that zone, and Cameroon missed everything. Now, Senegal hit their first 2 against it.
Nikish penetrates. No real finishing touch.
It's a strong drive. He's almost looking to get to the line, doesn't he? Experience of Jeng.
Algeria need to seize the moment. You know, you're only 1 win away from getting to the semifinals, and Mekdad just having a horror show.
Shot clock said he took a quick one because of that. This is where they're just going to take their time, Senegal. They've got a comfortable lead. Now here you go, they feed Jeng. 8 seconds to go one-on-one, there's no double team coming.
Jeng puts it up, and there's the baseline jump shot from maybe the best player in the tournament.
We asked, you know, Senegal, do they have it in them to make this run at the start of the 3rd quarter and finish the game? 8-0 they're on right now. Algeria may need a timeout if they don't get a score here. Pass that close to the ring against Senegal. You know, all you're doing is, as you're penetrating, you're bringing all the defenders towards the basket with you. And if you try and make a pass, it just means whoever catches it is surrounded by 3 players. That's Jeng on the other end. What a pretty post move that was.
High arcing shot as well.
It's the first time really we've seen Jeng against Harat. And all the time Jeng's been guarding the other big. Just a second. They're going to go smaller than Algeria. So with this lineup on the floor, they must play the zone still.
And finally, Mekdad makes something. He was kind of shielding the defense so he could have some space to shoot there.
They're going to go man-to-man. Cherier against Jeng.
Enjoy. And he's kept out now. Able to get it back. Almeida. Counted!
Almeida is stroking, isn't he, from the 3-point line? Must have heard me say, give him that shot.
13 points. His best scoring game right now.
He's playing 3 threes as well. Coming in 8% for 3. Almeida was. 3 in this one.
Plays his professional basketball in France. And Mekdad there for the offensive rebound. Put it up quickly to try to beat Jeng, but just Enjoy now. And Enjoy joins it. The party is on for Senegal. They are smoking them 51-30. Look at that. Start with the coach, and Bilali, he tried some different things. It's just Senegal are an awkward opponent to face, aren't they? I mean, they're just good. Big.
Yep. Really are. And big. They've got a couple of good shooters on the wings as well. So they're difficult to guard in that sense. And the difference with, you know, it's all it's all well and good being big, but Dieng makes big difficult to guard. 2013, I felt like, you know, the spacing wasn't right for them. They didn't rebound particularly well, even though they were so big. But he's just a difference maker when he comes out onto the floor. And Dalmeida, I mean, I said he was 1 of 12 for 3 coming into this game. You know, he's come in and he's shot 3 of 5. Dieng has got 10 rebounds and 9 points again. So a double-double every game. I don't think that streak's going to end here.
No, it's definitely not. All right, passes back out to Cherrier. Now Gaham, and you're not going to go in there and shoot it over Sene. Enjoy, gets it back to Dieng. Dalmeida. Mendy gets the rebound, keeps it with Senegal. Now the lob, yep, and Sene missed it. Now Gaham.
Just taking a hit.
Yeah, he's taking a couple of hits tonight. I just get the feeling with Takesh that he's done. Now watch this. And Sene called him with his left hand, so he's going to go out. And finally, that gets Zahir Ali into the game, number 10, which is the player I thought should have been in ages ago. Takesh is a warrior. And he's been, yeah, he definitely caught the hand coming down. But here's some fresher legs, I think. Zahir Ali, he's got height. He can go up against these guys. He's another ball handler. He often plays the point, or brings the ball up the floor when Benzagali's not in the game. He's going to try to feel his way into the game. Gaham puts up a 3. Puts up a jumper.
Set shot, didn't even jump, Dieng. Look at the tenacity to get it back.
Dieng just goes in for the two-handed rim rocker.
Gives a little slap on the chest. He's been quiet offensively. That gives him the double-double. 12 rebounds and 11 points. And they haven't needed him, really.
Arad takes a very difficult shot over Sene on Dalmeida. And Senegal are blowing it wide open right now.
This third quarter run.
Dieng gets closer. Back to Dalmeida and the 3-second violation.
16-2 third quarter. We said how important when this period of the third quarter can be. If you're down, a chance for you to really come back and make a game of it. If you're winning and stretch the lead here, you know, it just blows the game. And that's exactly what's happening. You know, Senegal are running away with this one now. There's the dunk.
Well, you know, how would Cameroon have fared tonight against Senegal? You wonder, don't you?
Yeah.
Because maybe they're more physical defense.
But like you said,
problems.
It's a tough ask, even for someone like Cameroon.
Cherrier spins, gets into the lane.
You know, coming off that physical game last night, it was a real, you know, war, wasn't it, between these two teams, between Algeria and Cameroon. How either team responded with a short turnaround.
Cherrier has to guard Dieng. Dieng just puts his head down, gets inside. He is on a roll.
6 straight for Dieng.
Gazul, Ibrahima Thomas, and Dieng with the rebound. Dalmeida looks up, gets it to Thomas, looks for the 3. Well, he hit a couple yesterday, but decides not to, and Dalmeida just goes in and scores with ease. He's on his way to a huge game tonight.
Yeah, 15 now. There you see it, hasn't missed from 2-point range. He's hit those 3 threes as well to travel.
3 minutes to go. deficit. Good hands from Bentagala. I don't know, really. I don't think they're 25 points better than Algeria at this stage. I just think circumstances. Algeria just not playing well. Cherrier, turnaround jump shot.
I mean, it's very difficult for Algeria emotionally after the high of last night to then get themselves up for this game. And they said when they were asked again in the press conference, well, what was it? Well, we're going to enjoy this moment first of all. They didn't want to lose the fact that they had won that game and the praise they should be having from it.
Cherrier passes it back outside to Gaham.
Cover of Senegal. Gaham should have had the open three, but defenders get there, take it away.
Just shots everywhere. They're just not dropping. A little jump hook. But you put it right. I mean, this is it's kind of a new arena here for Algeria 2 years ago. This year. And Jang just, he slotted right into this competition, no problem.
I mean, how often we see the third quarter is like Gorgui Dieng time. 15,
Cherrier.
15.
Cherrier blocked by Thomas. Azul gets it back. Jang gets up there. Mendy. And the ball goes out of bounds. They have a lot of centers in the Senegal team. Thomas is one of them. Touati. And back to Cherrier.
Just wants it.
He can do it. It's good. That's his game.
Yeah, he's expanded to that. He hit 2 threes late against Uganda. We've seen an improved range from him.
Bentagala answers.
He hasn't played badly, Bentagala, but he hasn't had an influence in the way, say he did last night against Cameroon. Doesn't have one assist on the game. Points from beyond the three-point line. Just doesn't have the opportunity to create anything.
Now enjoy. Zerali, he's been quiet. Foul, the reach by Dalmeida with 24.1 seconds. Aren't any really quick comeback formulas against Senegal.
And they control the tempo so well, Senegal.
Zagala. Back to Mendy. Plenty of time. And good quick hands there from Gaham. But Senegal have a vice-like grip on the game right now. They are on top 62-37 with 10 minutes remaining.
What a third quarter for Senegal. I mean, it's just made it, comfortable for them. 25-9. And we said for Algeria, they were in the locker room at halftime, just asking to get through the third quarter, get into the late stages. Get to 5 minutes to go in the game. With it close, give yourselves a chance, even when you don't have the legs to try and lift yourself by being tight. And instead, Senegal done exactly what they should have. They really turned the screws. They really have, pushed this lead out and made it what should be a comfortable final quarter for them.
Look at the shooting inside, 54%, but also Senegal 9 3-pointers. 9 offensive rebounds. I think can't see your way back now for Algeria. Obviously, you got to play the game. It's a 40-minute game, but look back on it. You got to play almost the perfect game to beat Senegal. If you're Algeria, you do. Why hasn't he not? He has not inserted tonight for Algeria. Mustafa, Giannis Mustafa, little guard, 15 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists. So come on, Gorgie, let's pull your finger out. Let's get a few assists here. You'll have a triple-double.
And he's not far off, is he? Depends on how many minutes he plays. They're going to get the day off before the semi-final. So we don't need to see him come out that often. Obviously, he's an NBA player with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that schedule has back-to-back days. You know, it has travel. We're used to that. Jang again.
Jang gets inside. Jang just basically, it's funny, isn't it? How, it has been this way every single game that he's played here.
Yep.
He doesn't start fast. He kind of gradually gets his way, and then he just says, right, I'm just going to do what I want to do. Then Zagala.
It's when you're playing defense, it's very easy to remember the game plan, the rotations, what you're supposed to do in the first half when the coach has been stressing it and you've been thinking about coming into the game. It gets later on, and that's where it starts to become more difficult. I don't know whether he will just wait and the game opens up for him. It's honestly a big move to get to the line. Or whether his teammates just look for him more. I don't know what it is, but he is a second half player.
What really impressed me was yesterday against Uganda. They were really getting physical with him early on, and instead of really getting physical with him, he just said, well, guess what? I don't have to go inside. I'll just drift out a little bit, and I'll beat you from there. I mean, he has a certain grace about his game. There's a power to his game, but really he's got a lot of finesse as well.
Yeah.
We saw Senegal really pull off almost a miracle comeback against Angola to beat them at the death with an Antoine Mendy tap in at the buzzer. And that was a nice drive by Zerali.
It's what you've asked for, isn't it, Zerali? You like, the ability to get to the lane, to finish, to have a bit more size from the guards.
Yeah, I just think he's one of these players that doesn't realize how good he is. I'm not sure that everybody else does. Mendy answers, shot over Gahan. Bounce pass to Cherrier. Soft touch. Plays in France professionally. Now Benzigala. And now Gahan. It's just one of those nights. They are just not clicking.
It's a tired performance from Algeria. He's not taking it easy.
But Almeida really sticks out like a sore thumb in this Senegal team, doesn't he? Not being nearly as tall as these other guys.
The thing is, you look at Almeida and you think, well, he's not as tall, 6 foot. He's 183, so by normal standards, he's above average. In the Senegal team, he really does look small.
Same with Niang. They'll be coming in a couple of minutes. Get it to Jang, let him go to work. Soft touch, no problem. Every single time. I really hope that people in Minnesota have been able to watch his performance because, he might be ready for a big-time year. Nice. Gahan with the follow and put back.
It was interesting, his numbers, or his efficiency really, went down last year from his rookie season. It was a disappointing year, a tough year for Minnesota. And now with Karl Anthony Towns coming in, the #1 draft pick, make his competition for minutes even tougher.
I don't think that Towns is the same player yet as Jang. I think he quickly will become a great player.
He's also competing with Kevin Garnett for minutes as well. So it's becoming a crowded front court of Minnesota, but he's a very valuable, player to have in your team.
Carl Towns, an international basketball player. Oh, look at Charrier. He drives right down the middle. Speaking of Charrier, we were both caught off guard last night. He played at San Diego State for Coach Fisher, Steve Fisher, and was a teammate of Kawhi Leonard.
Part of what's called the greatest front court in San Diego State history. So with Kawhi Leonard. Deep into the NCAA tournament.
He left in 2011, so he's really just his career. And you can see that Charrier has a big future in this game. He's got a nice game. Almeida comes out, Niang. No, it's going to be Mbinge is going to come in. Enjoy out. It's really given Mbinge minutes as well at point guard. He's not a small man. There's Mbinge.
Almost wants it on this near side.
It looked like Charrier had it. Here comes Charrier. Nice pass. Nice basket from Dekish. Trying to get this more respectable here. That gets it back to 21. It's been a real crazy tournament. You saw Cape Verde jump out, 3-0 record, lose to Gabon, who were 0-3. That was most unexpected. That was yesterday. We've seen some great games. One of those Senegal was involved in with Angola. We've seen Algeria play some tough games. The AfroBasket is a tournament that really people on this continent need to come and watch. Charrier picks up the foul.
Those teams have been involved in a close one, haven't they? Except in Nigeria, really, who have blown everybody out and been blown out by Tunisia. So all the other teams, like you said, Senegal, first off against Angola, that was a close one. Angola had a couple of tight ones. Tunisia needing overtime to beat Morocco. Algeria having Cameroon.
Nice pass from Mbinge back to Thomas, but that's short.
This is everything.
Yep, couldn't get it. There he is again. That's a goaltend. I'm not even sure that was going in. That was on Jane.
Jane needs 2 more assists for that triple-double. Move on to 8 now. Triple-double watch. Keep an eye on that one.
It's back to 18 points. A bit more respectable here for Algeria. Mbinge for 3. Ooh, definitely not one of the 3-point shooters with that. Charrier. And Dekish. Ball knocked out of bounds. He wants the foul. That's the way it's been for him the entire tournament. He just thinks he gets nothing. Watch this. Let's see if he gets hit. Oh yeah, he got fouled.
I think the officials are aware of the score as well right now. Don't extend this game any longer than they have to. This crossover goes off his leg. And everything they do is tired now, isn't it? For Algeria, the crossover from Charrier is a little bit loose. Takesh, even though he got fouled, was laboured when he was taking it up.
Some Jang, but Algeria got there just in time, knocks it out, rebounds with 5 on the shot clock.
It's interesting as he searches for that triple-double. You know, the knock on Jeng is turnovers. But there's a high percentage of turnovers for the number of touches he gets. Well, today he's got 8 assists and 0 turnovers.
Watch Jeng. Toati's really bodying up against him, and Jeng wants the ball. Traveling. Diop. Tekish in the lane. Drives in, draws the foul.
He gives the arms as if to say, why was it so late?
Come on already.
Yeah. Come on, give me one call. He's struggling from the field, so just 3 points. Trying to get himself to the line, work on his average.
Nigeria won their quarterfinal today, convincingly against Gabon. And also Angola ended Egypt's unbeaten run here at the AfroBasket. Kind of sad to see Egypt go out like that, but got to respect the champions.
So as we said at the half, I mean, we saw some close games, didn't we? We thought this was going to be an exciting day of basketball, but really, you know, Nigeria, Angola, and now Senegal have been very impressive in clinically winning these games, you know, taking away any sort of opportunity for the upsets.
Gets it back to Thomas. Oh, wide open, Thomas. Count it! He's a 3-point shooter, folks.
Yes, he is. I mean, we said he was not known as a shooter at all. It's only been in the last year or so. He's developed that into his game. He's added it.
Toati catches that ball and has to go up and dunk it. He's big enough to where he can do that.
He's not explosive, though, is he, Toati? He's almost, even though he's 7'1", he's almost a below-the-ring player. Smiles after Thomas sold the fake, didn't he?
Zerali. Algeria have just not been at the races today. They're nowhere near to their level. Now Jeng, he's going to go Toati. Toati doesn't want to give anything away to the NBA star. Jeng is coming over to check Sar. What's he saying? Jeng, don't get hurt. That probably is.
Yeah.
As you can see that Toati's out there roughing him up, trying to rough him up a little bit.
Jeng's played 37 minutes. Looks like he's going to go out now for a well-earned rest, really.
Do you think that he asked for his permission to take him out? Do you get the impression that Gorgui Dieng is the man calling the shots out there for Senegal at times? Because he plays a lot of minutes.
So
I think he told him, I'm going to bring you out, Gorgui.
well, if I'm in the crowd, I stand up and give a round of applause here. Gorgui Dieng will leave the game. 20 points, 17 rebounds, and 8 assists. He will stretch his numbers and his top place as the leading scorer and rebounder in this tournament. His impact on this game, once again, has really been the deciding factor.
Zerali gets rid of it, and Charrier takes a stroll down the lane. They're going to inbound it over here on the sideline. The foul is on Mudge. With 2.5 minutes remaining, this blowout in favor of Senegal. Rally. Amour. Just the challenge hasn't materialized tonight from Algeria. Bingue. Now out to Diop. Jump shot falls for Algeria. Stop the press.
Finally, Yang comes in. So 1 minute 45 seconds.
Seems to have fallen in the pecking order. Turns it over.
It's tough to come in at this stage of the game, isn't it? Sat there, watched everybody else play so well. You know the game's over.
Serie with a long jumper. That's good. 73-58. Margin of victory right now, just 15 points. If this is how it finishes, I'm not sure that would reflect on what was really like out there, especially with Jing out of the game. Diop shoots an air ball. So Mochi saves it, but only by throwing it out of bounds. Look at Jing applauding. He might as well just be applauding himself. He's been that good. I wouldn't hold it against him. Zarelli, right down the lane. Earns another trip to the line. So, I mentioned it, 20 points for Jing, 13 for Enjoy. 10 for Mendy. Almeida was outstanding tonight, 15 points. Twati picks up the foul. 12 points apiece for Benzagala and Halat, and right now 11 for Cherrier. Mehdi Cherrier.
And our famous, our favourite Algerian official as well. You can see pacing behind the bench, shouting at officials. This time he was doing a bit of coaching, speaking to the star players. Algeria will go into the classification now between 8 and 4. They will finish up.
Final minute, Zarelli up top, Algeria down 15, chance to get it even closer. Cherrier lost it, travels. And now Dalmeida, now Niang. This could be the last possession in Bingue. Niang goes baseline and gets his name in the scorebook. Cherrier, one last attempt, and that's how it finishes, folks. 75-58. This thing kind of died a slow death, in all honesty, in the second half. Once Senegal got on top by a huge number in the third quarter.
Senegal dominated the first 3 quarters. their way to this easy victory. Algeria making a respectable 21-13 fourth, but it is all about Senegal. They have set themselves up with that semi-final match up against Nigeria, a repeat of the quarter-final stage in 2013, a game which Senegal won to make their way into the semi-finals. So the statistics tell a story, but all you need to know is Gorgui Dieng once again, 20 points, 17 rebounds and 8 assists. He was the MVP. He was the biggest difference, in my opinion, between these two teams here today.
So what's going on in the minds of Nigeria as they watched this Senegal team play tonight? Well, that is going to be some kind of showdown here in Tunisia. Senegal remain undefeated at the AfroBasket, but now it's going to get really tough against the Tigers of Nigeria. They have rolled to a convincing 75-58 win over Algeria. It's been a great AfroBasket for Algeria. They've made it to the quarterfinals, but this is where it ends for them. They won't go to the podium, they know that. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. One more coming up tonight, Tunisia and Mali.
You play in Iran at the moment.
Huh?
You play in Iran at the moment.
I was in Bahrain last year.
You was in Bahrain. And now in Iran? Okay, now it's okay.
الو وينو جمهور تونس؟
نعم معنا بعد هذه المباراة إبراهيم توماس لاعب المنتخب السنغالي. إبراهيم, it was relatively easier than you expected.
I will not say easy. You know, we prepared for the game, and they had a late game last night. So we just pushed the tempo and forced them to our rhythm. That's pretty much what helped us.
Now your next game will be against Nigeria, one of the tournament favorites. It will be much more difficult than today, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, of course. Nigeria have a very good team. They have very experienced players. and very good players. So we're just going to go home right now, rest, and tomorrow we're going to get ready for them.
Now Senegal is regarded as one of the top favorites for this tournament, especially after beating Angola. Do you think you are up to this tournament? You will win the cup? Bearing in mind that you have Tunisia as hosts and Angola, as usual, they are favorites.
That's our goal.